It's a funny thing because we're so focused on getting natural resources out of the ground. We spend millions of dollars reprocessing them and getting them to market. And then we're burying those things back in the ground, which makes no sense. What we really want people to do is just to try to follow the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. In Cornwall, we have a single stream system. We have one box.
You can put all your material in one bin, your cans, plastic, tins, paper, box board, and then the cardboard is to be tied up and just set aside separately in a nice pile, and I take it no problem.
And when it gets to the facility, that's where we sort it out into the specific categories. And so along with single stream, we have weekly recycling, which is great because you can put it out with your garbage every week. You don't have to worry about holding on to it for a couple of weeks at a time. We have noticed an increase in participation because of that. Curbside recycling is divided into 5 days, so Monday to Friday. We're receiving 15 to 20 truckloads each day at that facility.
All the recycling material from the truck falls into a bay. We lift all the material onto the conveyor belt where we have people sorting out the paper. Each person is responsible for one kind of paper. Another bobcat will scoop up the material and then bring it over to a baler machine that crushes everything as tight as it can get, and then it bales it with a metal wire. It comes out in a nice, perfect little square. We grab it with a forklift and then store it for eventually shipping on a truck. Everything that's left over is then dropped off to another pile. Another hopper carries that along a conveyor belt to another sorting line, sorting for paper, in case any was missed, cans, bottles, plastic. Tin is different from aluminum, so this tin coffee can will go up this conveyor belt, and at the end of the conveyor belt is a wheel, and that wheel is magnetic, and it'll catch the tin and carry it down where it drops it into a chute in a large bin outside our building. We will take that inside, open it up, and carry it over to the baler where it gets crushed and baled. Sometimes some pieces are missed and the sorter will grab whatever tin they can find and they will sort that themselves as well. With any luck, everything that gets sorted is clean of any other debris or material. Somebody bought that. They're going to use it for something.
And we use that revenue to offset the cost of sorting that material, collecting that material at the curb. We want to make sure we capture as much as we can. The City of Cornwall does receive funding for its capture rate, meaning as much recycling as we can divert from the landfill, the better it is for us to apply for funding outside to get grants to be able to continue the recycling process. So there's been a lot of talk across the province about inconsistent recycling programs. So one of the biggest problems is what you can recycle in Cornwall is not necessarily what you can recycle in Toronto, and it's not necessarily what you can recycle in Ottawa.
Styrofoam. It has the symbol on there that it's recyclable, but we don't have the machinery capable to bundle it all together inside our plant.
Our new website actually has an app called Recycle Coach. All the things that you can recycle in Cornwall are actually inventoried on this list. You type in what you're looking for and it'll tell you whether it can be recycled or whether it has to go in the garbage or if there's something special you have to do with it. The best piece of advice I could give to anyone is the recycling bin is not a catch-all.
I've had shoes, clothing. Today I actually had a stop that had about 12 or 13 baby diapers inside of them.
There have been instances of workers finding needles, knives, circular saw blades.
Really, all that should be going in your recycling container is the things that you know you can recycle. If there's something you're not sure if it can be recycled, you can always give us a call to send us an email, because in the end it helps us all. A lot of our materials are actually recycled in Ontario, which is great. The newspaper in Cornwall actually gets recycled into insulation. Those harder plastic bottles that are clear, those get recycled again back into plastic bottles. Your thicker plastics, which are called HDPE, those are actually turned into play equipment. So really, the more you can recycle, the better. You're putting it back in that loop so that we're not pulling as much as we need to out of the ground, and we're not burying what we try so hard to get out of the ground to begin with.
It's up to the residents. They have the choice to either throw it in the garbage or throw it in the recycling. We only have this one earth. It's up to us to keep it for future generations.